Louisiana Beer Review Special Edition, LA 31 Biere Noire Dark Roasted Ale, revisited. Well, I haven't had this for 3 years. It's been 3 years since I did the original review. Gets an excellent score on the Beer and Me. Beer Advocate says it's good. Rapier doesn't like it too much. Let's see, 5.25% alcohol, 19 international bitterness units. The barley malts are Black Munich and caramel, and they use Mount Hood hops. It's brewed in Noire, Louisiana. The brewery was founded around 2010. My review was in 2012, but I've seen reviews back to 11. And they call it LA 31 because it's located on Louisiana Highway 31, which is now a black sign with white Louisiana and black lettering. The old Louisiana highway signs were not that. They were opposite of that. They were the white with the green background and the green lettering. You'll still see both. A lot of the green signs haven't been taken down yet. I think the problem with the green signs is that since they were green, they probably blended in too much with the green background with the trees and weeds and all of that, and the same shade of green is similar to the type of vegetative green. Also in California, I noticed their state highway signs are green, which could be a problem in an optical sense. Although in California you might see a lot more brown backdrop, but you'll see most states going with black. Most, not all. Anyway, it's not about highway signs. Just explaining why they have that label. Thick beige head. You might hear noise. They're working on that house next door, and then the parish was cutting the canal back there, the grass in the canal. It's very dark brown. Looks black, but it's not. It's brown. You see some streaming bubbles. It's not a black lager. It's a, I guess it's a Schwartz beer. It's a black beer, but it's a black ale. They make quite a few beers. Bayou Teche, and that's the bayou that runs through that part of Louisiana. You'll notice 2 different shades of purple. Almost all, all of the stuff I'm wearing on these with this apparel is official gear, right? Here comes the tractor. But I will order stuff or buy it, and it might even be from the same supply house, like maybe Adidas or Nike. And you'll notice that if it's purple or if it's blue for University of New Orleans or green for Southeastern Louisiana or whatever, you'll see the shades of green or purple will be so different. And apparently matching colors is very difficult, even if you're using the same color code. It smells roasted, not too dark roasted. It's medium to dark roasted barley malt. It's rich. There's some coffee. There's some char. It smells really nice. The flavor is mild. It's dark, medium to dark roasted malts, like I said, brown bread. The hoppiness is minimal. It's there, but mostly to balance out the malty sweetness. The body is medium. The finish is on the dry side though, really, and it's very refreshing and easy drinking and enjoyable. This might run you $9.99 a 6-pack. You might see it some places $7.99 or $8.99 a 6-pack. I'm not really sure. Actually, someone gave this to me. Thank you, Mr. Jim Fournette. Mr. Jim Fournette, former Southeastern Louisiana instructor, teaching Spanish, and he told me he had a present for me. So I said, all right. He said, you probably had it before. I said, I have, but I can do a revisit. So I was very happy to get it. Dixie, formerly of their headquarters, I guess, is New Orleans, which is probably somebody's house, an office in their house. But Their brewery was in New Orleans. They have a black and voodoo, which is a black lager. You might enjoy that one. I think that one is more like 4.8%. This is 5.25, just a little bit above Budweiser. 5.25, that's almost the same as Spaten, which is 5.20. So it's a little strong, you know, as far as if you wanted to drink a whole bunch, might be a little too strong for that. And I believe that's why light beers are so popular for the last 35 years, because like my friend Paul says, you can drink a whole lot and they're not filling. And I think the people at the beach or at the ball game, they do want to feel it, but they don't want to feel it in their stomach. They want to feel it in their head. That's his theory. They could get drunk and they don't feel bloated or whatever. I don't know. Plus the taste is so mild on a light beer. In a way it's bad though, because people have forgotten what beer is supposed to taste like. And then, but that's been recaptured with the craft beer movement of the last 35 years. They kind of concurrent, but really 44 years since 1971 when Anchor Steam was rebranded, or not rebranded, but reformulated as a craft beer. So we'll go back to 71. I would give this an A minus. It's at the lower end of excellent, but it is very good. It's not, you know, I was ripping on the Hop Hunter from Sierra Nevada, and I gave it an A minus. Now you're saying, well, that's not a bad score. That's excellent. It's true, but it was promising so much, and it didn't deliver. This one isn't promising a whole lot. It's basically on the website saying it's really good. Drink it. You know, maybe you would even think it's in the B range before you try it, reading their website. But I would say a solid, well, an A minus. I don't know if that's a solid score. Here's some old Louisiana craft beers, no longer in business. New Orleans Big Easy Amber Lager from around 15 years ago. It's gone. It didn't last. It was good beer. Here's one from the sort of early days, not the antediluvian days, but the early days of craft beer. Days Louisiana's Golden Lager from Marrero. That's on the west bank of the Mississippi River in Jefferson Parish, Louisiana, along U.S. Highway 90. He says, brewing fine lager beer since before the turn of the century. Sunny day. I don't know what century they're talking about. Maybe his family was doing it, because I bought this. I bought this around 1996. Days. They didn't make it. All right. Thank you for watching this special edition, and y'all come on down to Baton Rouge and go to a Louisiana State University Tigers baseball game and buy all kind of gear with different shades of purple.